share my screen here. Again, anytime at all, any of you guys have questions, please just feel free to stop me or post it up in the chat. These are drills that we actually implemented in our spring. Now we had one spring practice and we had like a pre-spring positional drill deal, so we were able to work this with our guys. And here I'm gonna just take you through what we call our broomstick drill. Okay. So here we use PVC pipes, right, about 7 feet wide. PVC pipes, we believe that it works for a couple reasons. For one, it's to reinforce great pass pro posture. We believe in a slide forward lean, probably about 30 degrees, being able to bend at the knees and kind of reinforce keeping the shoulders back. But all you need for this drill is really PVC pipes, and then what you'll do is you'll line up cones about 5 yards apart. And what you could do is you could split the left side of the O-line, the right side of the O-line. That way you guys can maximize reps. And what they'll do is initially we're going to set off the ball at a 45-degree angle, okay? And all we're doing is the cones are just landmarks for our guys to be able to set and post, right? So again, using the PVC pipes to go ahead and just reinforce good posture. Some of the coaching points in this drill it's just about keeping our guys square while we're setting with depth, right? Want to work cleats in the ground, have good knee bend. And again, the cones are just markers for our guys to know when to post. And again, as our guys post, we want to post flat. And again, I think the PVC pipe also does a good job it helps our players reinforce winning with your feet, right? A lot of times guys will like to sit on air or sit with a bag, and then, they have a tendency to go ahead and lean with their hands. But again, with the position of their hands on top of the pipe like this, again, it's just reinforcing that body posture and keeping their chest up, eyes up, and really force them to work with their feet. So again, you can split up the offensive line into 2 groups, go right side and left side, and be able to work both at a 45 and then posting flat, okay? So beauty of these drills too is you can go ahead and add different variations to it. So now, in this period, we weren't allowed to use a pad or a striking bag. So when you guys are in practice, you can actually line up a defender across and be able to use a bag outside of this drill. And I'll get to that a little later. But here we're simulating using a defender. We're going to take an initial set, and we want our defensive guy to work an outside move. So what we tell our guys is as soon as the defender gets to your outside shoulder, instead of opening up, we want our guys to continue on that angle and take 2 more sets, right? So DD here, who's playing the right guard in this picture here, he's going to set off the ball, and the defender's going to rush outside. So you'll start this drill by having 2 commands. You'll say set go for the first guy, and then on your second command, it'll tell the defender to go ahead and rush. Again, key is just winning with your feet, right? Notice how it keeps his shoulders square. He has good posture. His chest is up, shoulders back, and really working to cover the guy up with his feet, right? And this is a drill that we use with a lot of our tackles, a lot of our guards, or really everybody, essentially with a wide guy that's rushing, right? So taking an initial set, working to cover it up with your feet, okay? Again, now you can have different variations to the drill. So you can have a defender line up as wide as you want him to be. You can have him work, if he's a tackle, you can work a 5, a 6. You can have him work a wide 9. I'm sorry, any questions?
6. Yeah, is that what there was? Yeah. Yep.
You can have him work a wide 9, and again, you can have this defender rush however you want him to rush. You can have him rushing outside. You can go speed to power. You can have him work an inside move, and in this case, again, we're taking our initial set, and this time we're telling the defender to work inside, okay? So, again, a key coaching point for this variation of the drill is that when we post and we pound the post inside, we want to be as flat as possible. Don't necessarily want to gain ground on an angle, but we want to be flat, okay? And, again, the pipes allow us to be able to win the drill with our feet, right? And I think another good coaching point that you can have for your guys is this is good for being able to teach your guys set relationship, right? So basically the defender's relationship to the offensive lineman dictates my set, right? So what we tell our guys is we always want a knee to crotch relationship, right? We want to stay inside out of this defender. Okay, some guys say you want to keep your outside eye to their inside eye, knee to crotch, you know, outside shoulder to their inside shoulder. However you want to verbalize it. It's just teaching our guys good landmarks and being able to have good relationship to the defender. So again, just initial set, guy work inside, be able to win it with your feet. Okay. Okay, so this guy's working really wide. These guys working right here. Defender's really wide. Again, setting outside, staying square, moving your feet. Again, defender can give a little bit of a better look, and I think I think what you want to see here is the reaction time of the O lineman. As soon as he sees that his shoulders are turning inside, you want him to stick that outside foot and flatten out as quick as he can. Okay. Okay, broomstick sprawl. Okay, so now we're, again, a different variation of the drill. So now we're putting the sticks behind their back. Again, it's reinforcing the posture, right? We want to bend at the knee. We want to have a big chest. And now when we say sprawl is really a wrestling term that wrestlers use when they're defending a takedown. In our case, it's going to be a bull rush, okay? So in essence, this drill here is just getting the players used to being able to sprawl, which is really basically kind of like a hop pop technique. It's spreading your feet, getting your heels and cleats in the ground, and being in a good football position, as the arrow's pointing here, to be able to defend against a bull rush, right? In this drill, you're going to have a defender lined up across from the offensive lineman. All he's going to do is just push on him a little bit. So these guys, the offensive line gets to feel what it feels like to get bull rushed, okay, without hands. But really, it's all about getting the feel for the feet, okay? So if you see our guys being able to sink their hips, get their cleats in the ground, and really be able to bend and sit down on a bull rush, okay? Again, here it is here. Again, just notice the position of the PVC pipe. The higher it is behind their arm or behind the back, the harder it is for them to bend. It really doesn't force them to kind of keep their chest up. Okay. So again, you can have the defensive lineman push on them a little bit, just getting the feel of what it feels like to go ahead and spread your feet and sprawl and really sink your hips and get your cleats in the ground. Okay. Anytime we have what does it look like if it's a bad rep? Anytime we have guys' heels off the ground and they're on their toes, usually it's just an imbalance of weight, and that's bad. That's not what we want. Okay, so we're looking for cleats in the ground. Okay, part of it is here, the 77 right here. He kind of gets thrown around a little bit. Okay. Then now you can transition to have inside hands. Right now, you can have a defender push on you without the pipes, and again, having inside hands replacement. You could work replacing like 68 does here, replaces his outside hands. Again, sinking hips, sitting down, getting your cleats in the ground, just being able to defend a bull rush. Okay, 65 over here, on the left side, I think does a pretty good job of it. He could bend his hips a little more, or bend his knees a little more. Excuse me. Okay. And again, you should begin to see carryover from all the other drills in terms of posture, hand position, shoulders back, chest out, good knee bend, and having cleats in the ground. Okay. Again, now we transition to punching. Okay, so now you have defenders with bags. Same thing. We're going to take an initial set off the ball at a 45-degree angle, right? Stay inside out. Again, and then we're going to work the punch. Now, key coaching point on the punch that we teach, we use basically a technique that we call independent hands. Okay, independent hands refers to the hand placement, basically the hand placement of the offensive lineman. Okay, and this is especially true really for our edge guys, so our tackles. We'll get a lot of good speed rushes in our league. So the key is my outside hand we call a long arm. Okay, my inside hand we call a short arm. My long arm is always going to go to the outside pad. Is always going to go to the outside pad. My short arm is always going to be either to the rib cage or the inside pad, okay? And the reason why we teach this is because if you take your outside arm and you put it on the outside pad, right? It gives you leverage to be able to flatten this guy out, especially if he's a speed rusher and he's trying to get an edge on you, right? It puts you in good position to be able to defend an inside move or a bull rush. And second of all, if your outside hand ever goes down the middle or is short of the outside pad, meaning it's inside or it's down the middle, this defender can now swipe you, right? And this defender now has outside leverage of your pass set. Okay, so hand placement is really important for us. Okay, so again, just working initial set, good strike one, elbows in, thumbs up, and hand placement is key for us. Okay, so here's the right side working it. Boom. Now notice, again, the outside arm of the right guard, number 71. The long arm is on the outside pad. The short arm's on the inside pad, or if we can get the rib cage. Okay. Right. I think that's a good picture here of 71. Again, setting half a man. Boom. Rush upfield. Getting the striking distance. Punch. Okay. Again, 68 here, just reinforcing our landmarks for our punchings. Okay, outside arm is the long arm, boom, inside hands to the rib cage or the inside pad. Okay, now here. Now, the long arm, right? So this is the left guard. His long arm initially should be out here. His short arm should be inside, okay? When a defender makes a move across the face, meaning he switches leverage, now my inside arm becomes the long arm and my outside arm becomes the short arm, okay? So wherever the defender is rushing, whatever side he's rushing, whether he's rushing inside or outside, that knee arm becomes the long arm, if that makes sense. Any questions on that? So boom, look at his inside hand. His inside hand becomes a long arm, outside arm becomes short arm because this defender has decided to cross his face and rush inside, okay? He takes a quick set, meaning this guy's alignment is tight, so he picks it up and puts it down with his outside foot. Again, rushes inside, be able to put a strike on him. Okay. Boom, here's a look at the center. Setting out, guy rushes inside. Look at him switch his hands. My inside hand becomes a long arm, my outside arm becomes the short arm. And now I'm flattening him. I'm working to flatten this guy out. So again, it's all about carryover from all the other drills that we've done already. Okay. Okay, fighting pressure with pressure. So again, this is the concept I'm talking about. So wherever this defender is rushing, his outside pad is the long arm, his inside pad is the short arm. But once he switches inside, we switch hands. So we use this drill to kind of get used to guys setting, punching, and be able to move with them. So notice 75's hands. Notice how they switch when the defender switches rushes. So he comes outside, my outside arm is to the outside pad. He comes inside, my inside hand becomes a long arm, right? And his hand placement's a little off here, but for the most part, you can see how they're switching arms, right? And again, this was kind of the first time we did it with these guys, so it wasn't as clean as we wanted it to be, but you could see 62 here is trying to work that inside arm as soon as he moves inside. Okay, right? Just fighting pressure with pressure. And you could do this. You could do this with multiple lines. We did it one by one this day just to kind of get a feel for it, and I think it worked out well for our guys. Are there any questions so far?
You had one, I think it was the very first drill that you did. Coach wanted to know, how do your centers work that drill? Do they still set at a 45, or will you have them go off at a different angle?
So we have our centers set at a 45. We just have them work both sides. And you could also do this drill. I know you can also do this drill where you can have the centers set straight back and take a vertical set and then flatten off. So they can set back right initially, and then you can have them go at a 45 to the right or to the left. But usually we have our centers just work both sides. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Yep. So
yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, Coach.
We have our centers work both sides. Again, we like to cross-train all our guys, so really everyone's going to get a rep and get 1 or 2 reps going right and 1 or 2 reps going left, just to cross-train everybody. Any other questions?
None on there right now.
Okay, Coach, that's all. That's about all I had for you. Is all the drills that Drew wanted me to share with you guys. Again, any and all questions, please let me know. I'll drop my information in the group chat. So if you guys want to reach out to me, I would love to share this tape with you guys. If you guys have any questions or anything or want to connect, please by all means reach out to me, and I'll drop it as soon as I get off here. I'll go ahead and send you guys my information. But coaches, I appreciate you guys for allowing me on and allowing me to talk ball a little bit with you guys, and I hope you guys got something.